Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another video on my channel. Please let's do well to like, subscribe, and share. So today we want to look at an HR data set. We want to find out staffs that are due for promotion and those that are not due for the promotion. I'm going to paste the objective on the description box. Do well to read through it. So let's get right into it. Let's extract our data into the Power Query Editor. Click on Data. Go to the Get Data drop-down from File and from Excel Workbook. So the file is on my desktop. So click on Desktop and let's scroll through to find it out. And there's it here. So I'm going to click on Import, taking it straight to where our Power Query Editor. Okay, so let's preview this. Okay, and this is what we are looking for. Okay, so let's go to Transform Data. So let's confirm how many rows we're working with. And we can see down here 12 column and 88 rows. So the row is not more than 1000. That's why we can see there. But on Excel, on Power Query per se, once the row is more than 1000, you will not see it right here. You will need to go to Transform, go to Count Rows, and you see it right here. So let's undo this and go back to our analysis. First and first, this is going to be what? Our primary key. And we know that primary key does not need to have what? Duplicate. So first, let's do this. Let's use our first row as headers first. And we have it this way. Now let's check. We have null value. Let's confirm what this null value is. Okay. And we see the null value has a last name only. And every other thing is empty. Suffice to say, we can remove it. It's not important. Okay, then I saw a dash. Let's investigate what that dash is. Okay, so let's do this and select just the dash and okay. And we can see the dash means nothing. So we can remove that dash and the null values. So click right here, uncheck the null values, go right down here and do what? Uncheck the what? Dash. And click on OK. Data type of primary key has to be what? Text. Then next, let's trim. Right click, transform, trim. Now we have first name and we have last name. And we can see some dysfunctions in the text of this. So click right on this. Let's arrange this first and click on this. Right click, come down to transform and say capitalize each word. Now we can see we've taken care of that. Now we want to merge both columns. So they are both still highlighted. So what do we do? Next, go to transform and on transform come to merge columns. Okay, now the separator we want to use a space. So we click on space and our new merge column name, we want it to be full name. Click on OK. So we have that here. Next, let's investigate our department column. We can also trim. We always trim in case of what? Unwanted spaces. Now we have our department is text. So let's trim before we start doing anything in it. So go to transform, trim. Okay. Now we are seeing information technology and we are seeing IT. They mean the same. So we want to replace information technology to IT. Okay, so let's do that right. Right click here, replace value, and we're replacing it with IT. Is a text, we have to click advanced option and match entire cell content and click on OK. We are good to go here. Now our salary. Let's confirm. We need to change the data type first. So we're going to change this to what? Currency. Okay. Let's confirm. We have 45,000 to 470,000. This is an outlier that we need to work on. So let's work on this trade before going on to the next. Okay. So now, how do we treat this outlier? What we are going to do is that we are going to look for the mean of this and use it. So click on salary, come to view, and let's go to our column profile. Now, as we can see, the mean is what? 45,000. So we are going to make use of this 45,000. So let's click right here and uncheck everything and check just that 470,000. Okay. Now I click right here, replace value, and we want to replace 470 to what? 45,000. So click on OK and come to this filter row 3 and uncheck it. Click on the prompt delete. So we have to go back, change this to what? Currency, and we're good to go. So let's just do it one by one. Then let's investigate our start date. Now we have this. Let's confirm. August 25, 2018. So we have to treat this. And let's confirm if there's any other thing that is not supposed to be there. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, there's an outlier here. 2017. As I said earlier during in the description, this company, they started operation in the year 2016. So if they started in the year 2016, I don't think they should have an employee that started when? 2007. So we're going to take care of that. But first, now, if we are to click here and change this to dates, we're going to have this error. So what do? We're going to use locale to do this. So come right here to this ABC, go down to using locale. Let's wait for it to come up. Now, change this text to date. And we're going to change the location to UK, United Kingdom. And click on OK. So now we don't have the error. So how do we? Okay, let's go ahead. Now, as I said earlier, we need to take care of this outlier. How do we take care of this outlier on the dates? We are going to replace it using the average of all the dates. So click on the column profile and we can see the average is what? 6/17/2018. Okay, so let's do that. Come to this drop down and check everything like this. So we want to replace this with what? 6/17/2018. Okay, so we have that here. Now undo this filter row 4 and click on delete. So we've taken care of that. Now for this analysis, we don't need this address. So I click and say remove. Let's come to the age. Firstly, change the data type to what? whole number. Then let's see what we have here. You see, we have a null value and we have from 26 to 75. This 75 is an outlier. Why is it an outlier? An employee of 75 would not still be in the company. The person would have retired. So we need to change this. Now let's just investigate what is on that null values too. So let's undo this. Click on the null value, come down here and click on 75. You can see we have values in a null value, so we cannot delete this null, but we are going to replace it. So let's undo this. Click on age, go to column profile. What do we have here? And you see our average is what? 31.9, approximately 32. So we are going to replace them with what? 32. So let's do that. Null 75. Okay. So right click, replace value with 33. Okay. And we're replacing this also with the same what? 33. Oh, sorry, 32, not 33. Let's do that correction. 32. Okay, so let's come here and undo this. Click on the prompt delete. We're going to change this back to what? Whole number. And we're good to go here. So okay, let's confirm. Let's confirm. So we can see we have 26 to what? 40. Then let's see our gender. We have female, female, female. So we just need everything to be male and female. So what to do? We're going to click on those ones we want to make correction on. Okay, so this male here, we'll change it to what? Male. It's a text, so click on advanced option, match entire cell content, and OK. Right click here, replace value, female, advanced option, match entire cell content, and OK. Okay, so right click here, replace value, female, advanced option, match entire cell content. Okay. Is there any other thing we need to correct? Okay, this. I click here, replace value, match entire cell content, and okay. So let's trim. Right click. Oh, before we do that, sorry, let's come to this. Filter row 4, delete. Okay, so right click now, transform, trim. So let's confirm. We have just female and male. So let's go to our state of origin. It's text, so let's trim. Right click, transform, trim. So let's see what we have here. These are the states. Okay. So we want to add states to this. We want it to be Lagos State, Anambra State, Kano State. How do we achieve that? Click on this, go to add column, column from example, and click on form selection. And this will come up. So click right here and let's write Lagos State. Click on enter and click on OK. So we're going to delete this former state of origin and rename this as states of origin. Enter. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Let's go to our married to start to. What do we have there? You see, we have divorce, married, single, and nil. So now let's see what we have in divorce and nil. And let's see how many are there. Since we have just one variables on there, we are going to replace this as others. We want to name these others. So we'll have married, single, and others. So I click here, replace value. We're replacing this with others. Advanced option, match entire cell content, and OK. I click on nil, replace value, others, advanced option, match entire cell content, and OK. So remove this filter row 6 and click on the delete prompt. So it's a text, so we're going to trim, right click, transform, trim. Now employee type. We just have one variable in a single file, so we don't need to make any analysis on this. So I click here and say remove. Okay, now we want to do something. I told you this HR data set is for promotion. We want to know the employee that are due for promotion, and we want to also know those that are not what due for promotion. How do we achieve that? Okay, let's get right into it. So we're going to use our start date. From our start date, we're going to extract the time they've worked till now to see if it's going to correspond to what? 7 years. So click on your start date, and this age dates will pop out, this date drop down. Click on it and click on age. So as you can see, it's giving us the number of days, but we don't want it as number of days. We want it as year. Is it 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, and so vital. So first, remove this time you have here and change it to whole number. Next, we're going to click on add column. On add column, we click on the standard drop down. We want to do division. We want to divide this by 365. Now, 365 days make what? A year. So we're just going to write what? 365 and click on OK. So it's giving us this. Now change this to what? One number. So we are getting it what in years? 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, and so on. So we don't need this again. Remove. We are going to rename this as year of service. Year of service. Okay. Now we want to create a column for promotion. Now our objective is that for any employee that have worked for 7 years and above, they are due for promotion. Else, they are not due for promotion. How do we achieve this? We are going to use our conditional column to achieve this. So click on add column, go to conditional column, and we are going to rename this as promotion status. So we want to say if year of service, and we're going to use greater than or equal to. It's greater than or equal to 7. So if the person's year of service is greater than or equals to 7, then what happens? The person is what? Due for promotion. Else, not due for promotion. Oh, okay. So as we can see, 6 years not due for promotion, 7 due, 8 is due for promotion, and 9 is due for promotion. So we're done with the first phase of this. Let's rename this as HR data open brackets, clean, close your brackets, enter. So let's confirm we have everything well taken care of. Okay, okay, so what to do? Go to home, close and load, and it takes you back to what? Excel. Okay, so we have it here, 85 rows loaded. Thank you for watching and see you on the next phase of this analysis. Bye. Okay, welcome back. So now we want to model our data, but first we have to go back to Power Query to create dimension table. We want to have our fact table and also our dimension table. How do we do that? Click on this header, Control A, come right here, go to data and click on from table slash range. And it takes us back to what? Our Power Query editor. So here we go. We are going to duplicate this. But before then, let's check all our data type. This is supposed to be in text. Replace current. Salary is supposed to be in currency. Replace current. Start date is supposed to be in date. Replace current. And what else? Okay, every other thing is looking good. So let's duplicate this 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let's start with our dim. Just write dim department. So let's start with that. So dim depth, enter. For this, we need just our department. So I click on department and say remove other columns. Right here, we're going to remove duplicates. Right click here and say remove duplicates. Next, click on add column, index column, and choose from 1. So we're going to change this to text and rename this as department ID. Let's take it to the front. Okay, so we have that. So next, let's rename this. We're going to rename this as the theme salary, dimension salary. And for this, what do we need? As you guessed, we need just the salary column. Remove other column. Right click and say what? Remove duplicate. Now we want to put the salary into range. We want to have very low, low salary, high salary, and very high salary. We're going to use a conditional column to do that. So we're going to rename this as salary range. So we want to say if salary is less than or equal to, and this first thing you will have 47,500, then very low, add another clause, and we are saying if salary is less than or equal to, should be 50,000. Want to say what? Low salary, or let's just say low. Add another clause, and we're saying if salary is less than or equal to 52,500, I want to say high, health, very high. Okay, so let's do this. So we have this here. So we're going to change this to what? Text. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Let's rename this as dimension date. So we have it here, theme date. Okay, for this now, we need just what? Yes, as it said, the date. I click on this and say remove other columns. Right click and say remove duplicates. So what to do next? Next, we want to extract the year, the month, and the day. So let's do that. Click right here, click on here, click right here, click on name of month, click right here, click on name of day. So let's abbreviate this. Click on this, go to transform, extract, first character, and write 3 and OK. Click right here, extract, first character, 3 and OK. So we are good to go here. Now for the next one, let's do it dimension age. So what do we need for the dimension age? As you guess, sorry, we need just the age. So right click here and say remove other column. Right click and say remove duplicate. So we want to also create a range here. Go to add column, conditional column. We are renaming this as age range. So we want to say if age is less than or equal to 28. So what is the output? The person is what? 26 to 28. Yes. Add another clause. If age is less than or equal to 31, what is the output? And the person is what? 29 to 31. Yes. Let's add one more clause. And we say if age is less than or equal to 34, then the person is what? 32 to 34 years. Else, if the person did not fall into any, okay, let's do one more for else. So let's say if age is less than or equal to, this will be 37, and the person is 35 to 37 years. Else, the person is 38 to 40 years. Okay, let's change this to what? Text. So over here, let's do over dimension gender, theme, gender. So what do we need in this column? We need just what? Gender. I click and say remove other column. Right click here and say remove duplicates. Go to index from 1. Change this to text. And we're going to rename this as gender ID. Let's move that to the front. Okay, next, let's rename this as dimension state. So what do we need here? We need just what? The states. Right click and say remove order column. Right click and say remove duplicates. Index from 1. We're going to change this to text and state ID. Okay. So next we're going to do dimension marriage. So dim marriage. What do we need for this? We need just what? Marital status. Right click, remove other column. Right click, remove duplicates. Index column from 1. Change this to text and we say marital ID. Let's take it to the beginning. Okay, we're getting there. So next we're going to rename this as what? Dim promotion. So what do we need for this? We need two things. We need the year of service and we need what? Promotion status. Click on this, hold down control and this. Right click and say remove other columns. So we have this here. What do we do next? Let's remove duplicate. And remove duplicates. Okay, so now we want to create a range for this. Entry level, mid level, upper level. So let's just do that. Come to this and let's rename this as level. So if years of service we're going to use is less than or equal to again. So it's less than or equal to 4, then entry level. Add a clause. If year of service is less than or equal to 6, mid level. Add one more clause. I will say if year of service is less than or equal to, okay, no, you don't need to add this clause, so let's just delete. Let's just come here. If it's not in these two category, then it's upper level. So click on OK and change this to what? Text. So we're good to go with our dimension, but we need to have our fact table. So let's duplicate this. And we are going to rename this as fact table. Okay, so let's merge our columns. We want to merge our columns now. How do we do that? So let's move ahead. Now for this analysis, we don't need the full name. So we're going to remove this. So let's start. On this, go to Home, click on Merge Queries. Now, what's the first step? We want to merge our theme department. So click department here, come down here and click theme department. What is connecting them? Department here and department here. We have 85 of 85 rows. We're good to go. So now come over here, just as we did in the last class, the same thing. We just need department ID and we don't want this. So click on OK. So we have our department ID here. We are going to delete what? Department from what? Our fact table. Okay, so let's do that for salary now. Merge queries. And we want to do salary. Come right here and we'll go for dimension salary. Click on this, it's matching. Click on OK. Come right here and check everything. We just need this. Click on OK. We have this here, so we are going to delete the salary on the fact table. Right click and say remove. Okay, let's do for dimension dates. Click on dates. Come over here and click on dim dates. Click on this. We have them matching. Click on OK. Come right here and check everything. Just start date. Okay. So next, we'll delete the start date from here. Right click and say remove. So let's do for age now. Match queries. Age. Come over here. Dim age. This is what is connecting them. Okay. We just need the age and okay. Once we have that there, come to this age and remove. So next, gender, match queries, gender here, come over here, dimension gender, gender is what is connecting. We have this connected. Okay, come right here. You just need the gender ID and okay. Once we have that settled here, we go over to gender and delete. State is next. Match queries. State of origin, come over here, dim states, and this also is matching. Okay, click right here. We just need the state ID and okay. So next we'll have to go and delete states. Okay, let's change this data type. I just saw that it's not correct. So text. Okay, so next we want to do dimension marriage. Match queries. We need marital status here. And right here, the marriage, marital status, selection match. Okay. Come right here. We need just marital ID in this. Once we have that here, we'll go and delete marital status. Remove. Okay, next, last but not the least, team promotion. Match queries. Promotion status. Click right here. Team promotion. Click on OK. I click here. What we need is just the year of service. Click on OK. So we're going to delete two things here now. We'll delete year of service and we'll delete what? Promotion status. So click on this. Hold your chip down. Click on this. I click and say remove columns. So we're good to go. We have just numerical what? Values on our fact table. What do? Close and load, and we'll go to Power Pivot to create our relationship. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Like, comment, share. Share. It's very, 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 very paramount. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice and blessed day. So let's close and load. And we're back where? To Excel. Let's wait for it to load up. And we have everything here. Okay, let's just connect the table. Let's just connect it. How do we connect it? Let's wait for it to come up and let's connect it. So once you have this loaded up this way, come up here. And where are we? We want to go to our Power Pivots and click Add to Data Model. So we have our fact table here. We need to call in other table. Let's wait for it to load. Okay, come to home and let's go to our diagram view where we can see it better. So these are fact table, our main table. Okay, so let's bring out other tables. Click right here, click on theme promotion, come here, add to model, and we have it pop up very soon right here. Okay, so let's go back. We're going to bring in everything one after another. Click on theme marriage, come up here, add to data model, go back, theme states, come up here, add to data model, scroll back, theme gender, come up here, add to data model. Okay, you're going too far. Let's go back, theme age, come up here, add to data model. Why are they deciding to hide? Let's bring them out. Come up here, theme date, like add to data model. Why are you people hiding? No. So how many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So we just did theme dates, theme salary, add to data model. And last but not the least, theme department, add to data model. So we have this all our tables here. Let's connect the table. Let's create relationship between the tables. So let's start from the salary. Salary year and salary year are connected. Okay. Year of service year and year of service year are connected. Department ID and department ID year. Gender ID and gender ID. Age and age one. Marital ID and marital ID. State ID and state ID. Last but not the least, start date and start date. So we've created relationship between all our models. Just click here to save this and go back to, so let's just save it as, I'll say YouTube HR attrition, HR, sorry, data. I want to save in my desktop and save. So we have this saved. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. As I said earlier, like, share, and comment. It's very, 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 very important. Have a blessed and fulfilled day. And thank you for taking your time to watch this video and spend your day with me. Have a blessed day and